Several months ago, Father Peter Cameron, in his editorial column in the Magnificat, wrote, "When I am attempting to get to the heart of some mystery of faith, I try to picture life without it. For instance, what would our lives be like without the Eucharist? One of my first thoughts that immediately arose was how hungry my heart would be. Well, last week, while sitting in the front of the Basilica and gazing at the beautiful statue of Our Lady of Sorrows standing up in the center of the high altar, I asked myself about another mystery of our faith. What if there were no mystery of Our Lady of Sorrows? In reflecting on Our Lady standing beneath the cross, I imagine that as ruthless and as vicious as the mob at Calvary was, there must have been some among them that were touched by what they came to see and hear. Surely certain people, when they heard Jesus asking forgiveness upon them, or promising the convicted thief paradise, or at the words of the centurion calling Jesus the Son of God, that these people felt contrition and remorse. But it was when the one-time enemies of Jesus Christ witnessed the exchange from the cross, "Woman, behold your son, behold your mother," that they realized there was something or somewhere that they could go with their shame and self-reproach. There was someone they could go to. There was a way out. Again, Father Cameron writes, "Without the presence of the sorrowful mother of the cross, would we ever dare to hope for salvation, faced with the condemnation of our own sins?" Blessed Henry Suso, one of the great 14th century Dominican German mystics, speaks so eloquently about Our Lady of Sorrows. In his prayer he writes, "O Queen of heaven and earth, melt my petrified heart with one of those burning tears that, while standing beneath your gentle Son's cross, you shed in compassion with him. This will sensitize and attune my heart to yours, because it is the nature of affliction that no one understands it properly except the one whom it affects." We trust Mary with our sufferings for one simple reason: because she suffered far worse. Recently, a Catholic website post recalled a 1996 benefit concert featuring the three-time inductee to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Eric Clapton, and the opera star Luciano Pavarotti. And what was this unlikely pair singing together? Eric Clapton's song about the Blessed Mother. In his autobiography, Eric Clapton looks back on what he calls the absolute squalidness of my life. He was suffering terribly from alcoholism. And in the midst of it came a moment of clarity. That is when he began to write a song called Holy Mother, in which he asked for help from a divine source. It's a song he still loves because he writes, "I recognize that it came from deep in my heart as a sincere cry for help." The song he wrote is a prayer. "Holy Mother, where are you? Tonight I feel broken in two. Holy Mother, can't keep from crying. Oh, I need your help this time. Tell me, please, which way to turn to find myself again. Going back to Blessed Henry Suso, he confesses to Our Lady, the greater a soul's sinfulness, the greater its right to approach you. The more numerous its misdeeds, the more eagerly it rushes into your presence. If the greatness of your sins frightens you, she who is endless clemency invites you. A few years later, after that concert, Eric Clapton found himself again in a rehab in complete despair. And he recounts, in the privacy of his room, he once again begged for help. He had no notion to whom he was talking. I just knew, he wrote, that I had come to the end of my tether. And getting down on my knees, I surrendered. Within a few days, I realized that I had found a place to turn to, a place I'd always known was there but never really wanted or needed to believe in. It was his song to the Holy Mother. Holy Mother, hear my prayer. Somewhere I know you're still out there. Send me, please, some peace of mind. Holy Mother, hear my cry. I've felt the anger running through my soul. All I need is a hand to hold. Blessed Henry Suso beseeches Our Lady of Sorrows on our behalf when he prays. Therefore, look at me, a poor creature, with those merciful eyes that your loving heart has never turned away from, a sinful or disconsolate person. Enfold me, Mary, under your mantle, because you are my consolation and my hope. Is there any sinner, no matter how numerous their crimes and felonies, who cannot overcome their discouragement by thinking of Mary? Holy Mary, Queen of the sorrowful, you are indeed the ever-open gate of grace, the never-closed door of compassion.